Yes! Hello and welcome back to the Sisaundra Show. I'm sitting here with the amazing Victoria Celeste. Now, Victoria, we had a wonderful conversation before commercial. I want to come back because you have a story that illustrates your resilience. And this is Women's History Month, and we are just growing and stacking on resilience. Tell us about your story.
When I started 19th and Bell, it was a need. I saw people hurting in the industry, and I knew all too well what that was like. I survived, and I say survived, a very abusive marriage, and just that escape. After that, lost my mom to cancer.
Oh my gosh.
Then I lost my aunt, lost my mom, lost my best friend. It was just one thing after another. So picked up with my son, my sister, she was 16 at the time. We moved to Atlanta. I owned and operated a fashion boutique. And at that moment, I thought, okay, this is what I want to do. But then I realized it wasn't that. And, God was leading me into something different. So I was able to cross paths with people in the industry and started, styling. And I noticed that although everyone kind of show up and they show up with this space and this mask, as I was crossing paths, moved to LA with people that were, hurting, and there was a need for it. And in this society, I knew that God had, gifted me. I was that person that people could come to, to kind of work things out. And I had the experience, I had the exposure, but I hadn't, had the education at the time. So I said, okay, let me go back and get my certification in life coaching. And I was adamant about making sure that everything that I went through, whether it be, I felt like it was like one L after another, after another. But I stayed true to who it was that God created me to be. A little bit different than what the industry may want us to be. But one thing that I've learned is that if God created me to do it, then it's for me. I don't care
exactly.
What
he qualified you and created you to be who he needed you to be in that space.
That's right.
Correct.
That's
so
right.
it doesn't matter what the industry says.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, Lord, you've been through a lot of loss.
Being able to, and then, the blessing in it, I share this, the day that my mom passed away, we were calling, trying to, reach my dad, and we couldn't get in contact with him. And 30 days later, he reached out to me and he said,
oh my goodness,
I just got out of rehab. I'm clean and sober. So the day that I lost my mom was the day that my dad went in. So I lost one parent and gained another. And he's been, close to us since that day. So
that
he's
is
here.
so beautiful. Your dad is here today? Oh my God, Dad, I love you. Oh my goodness. And he's just sitting there so like humble and cool. And won't God do it?
Yes, God will.
Oh my goodness. So listen, thank you so much, Victoria, for sharing your story with me.
Thank you.
We wish you continued success